He was absolutely fuming because he was first witness to it, and he did see what happened.
Welcome to Viralgistplus. So this Funke Akindele's husband JJ's skills and his son issue has been getting messier and messier. Okay, a father corrects his son over some bad habits he has been into, and this has turned all around. We all know fathers and son when they want to come into like correction stage, they go physical. They could use their fists, they could do beating because they believe this is a man. If I talk to him, it might not penetrate. As Niger men, Niger fathers and son is by beating. They know that correction will enter their son. Then Niger's mothers and daughters is by talking. You know when you talk and talk to your daughter, she'll be so angry and she won't have any other option than to just accept it. Then some few slaps, you know. So what this guy actually did, he was expelled from school, and he has been occasionally found bringing alcohol to school and giving his friends, you know. And also, it was now the drugs issue that now escalated it, that the school couldn't take it any longer, that they had to expel him. In a school, before expulsion can be done on a particular child, it has been serial offense. So the serial offense of him introducing alcohol and drugs to his friends in school actually made him to get expelled from school. And when they called his father that his son has been expelled from school, he went down there to pick the child up. But he was really angry. I've spent so much money on you. Why can't you just be useful for yourself, And he became physical with his child, the gbas, gbos. And since this guy is a UK guy, he doesn't really, he wasn't born in Nigeria, He's been in Nigeria for just the past 2 years. He doesn't really understand how fathers talk to their son in Nigeria. That's another method of correction. That's how we call it discipline here. But now, Benito's mother, Mela, has taken this thing to another level. Because of this, she believes Funke Akindele is assisting her husband to maltreat the son. She said this is not just a discipline, that JCC's skills was not disciplining his son. Instead, it was assaulting him. So immediately that issue came up, you know, they had to take Benito back to UK. And immediately Benito got to UK, the mother was like, who did this to you? And I was like, it was my father. He was just hitting me. He assaulted me. So Mela was like, this is not discipline. This is assault. So immediately Benito got to the UK. After taking him to hospital, the mother also took him to the UK police. So they explained everything to the UK police, that her son was assaulted by the father, and that the father is in Nigeria, and also that Benito's stepmom was also in the house when all this happened. So now they've contacted the British Embassy in Nigeria. So they've also contacted the police, the Nigerian police, to look into the case from Nigeria, all that really happened and transpired. And also, since JJC Skills and Funke Akindele had a little quarrel, over some financial issues, Funke Akindele had to tell JJC Skills to go and just relax somewhere for a while. Let it just be peace for a while, just a little bit of separation just for the meantime. Not that they actually broke up. So while JJC Skills is actually abroad in the UK, Mela is trying to use the opportunity to arrest him, because according to like some UK laws, like if you assault someone in the UK or outside the UK, whenever you step foot back in the UK, you can still get arrested. So now, the police are not trying to look at it that this is discipline, a father disciplining his son. They're like, no, that this is an assault, that he got head injuries, he got bruises all over, that this is an assault. And the man was just so, he was really, really angry that, how can my son, and Benito is actually his first son. So apart from that, Mela was like, he was the one that exposed his son to these bad habits. That is the one that has been exposing the child to all these bad habits. She said because whenever JJC Skills was smoking there, when this child was small, there's always smoking in front of the child. And she said that JJC Skills had bad influence on his son Benito, who was once a good child, but that things turned a new turn as he watched his father smoke dope around him. So now she's trying to say that Benito got all these bad habits from JJC Skills. She said JJC Skills had bad influence on his son Benito, who was once a good child. That the biggest, Mela said in one of her posts, she said the biggest problem here is that Abdul, that's JJC Skills, is a long-time drug user who has constantly smoked dope in front of his children. That not just Benito now, which has been long-standing dispute between she and Abdul. She now said that these children look up to their father and follow his example. So what she's trying to claim there is that Benito just didn't start drugs all of a sudden. That since his father is always using dope, he's always, smoking, that he smokes dope in front of his kids, that Benito looked up to his father and started that bad habit. So now she's trying to pull everything all into JJC Skills issue. Now, from this boy's narration, you hear the video after this. He said after the old punches he got from his father, because his father was actually quite furious when he went to pick him up in school. After the whole thing, the father actually apologized. After he had calmed down. Whenever you're angry, you do things out of anger. But fathers, let's try to always control ourselves whenever our children, especially the boys, our sons offend us. They are men, so we want to go physical with them, let's try and calm down. So it was after JJC Skills has calmed down, I said, oh, my boy, so I did all this to you, sorry, dear. But this boy still, they're still trying to turn the whole story up. Especially the mom. Benito's mom isn't taking this easy. She says she's ready to destroy Funke Akindele and JJC Skills marriage and their public fame. So this is going messier by the day, because now the UK police are also into this case. They've contacted Nigerian police, they've started an investigation in Nigeria, and the UK police also have started their investigation in UK. So there might be probability that they will have to arrest a father for disciplining his son that was into some bad habits that led to his This has actually unfollowed his son Benito on all social media handles, and he has removed the post of his son from his pages. Of him wishing his son happy birthday and some other ones. Anything related to his son on social media, he has removed them. From all this, we can easily deduce that Benito's mom is trying to get at JJC Skills using Benito. And I just hope Benito can just be smart about this and know that JJC Skills is his father, and his mom is just trying to penetrate and get at his father using Benito. I hope everything goes well. Please stay tuned to watch the remainder of the video of how Benito came out to say all what that happened and how his father apologized to him before he took the whole thing to another level with his mom.
So, moving along, I'd like people to finally know the truth as to what really happened. I've been seeing a lot of speculation. I've been seeing a lot of rumors and assumptions about what's been going on. A lot of fake things. And, I'd rather just have everyone know the truth, just so then, there's no more speculation and all of that. So, yes, I did get expelled. And, there are mistakes that people do make. And all we do is move on from it. And I am in the UK now, and the plan anyway was for me to come to the UK and to start my life out here, which I am doing. So, and I just want to shout out to, people that have been helping me. Shout out Darcy, shout out Mo, shout out my parents, shout out my mom, my stepdad, and all of my friends that have been supporting me in, my journey and, where I am now. I can't thank anyone else enough, but now it's really time for everyone to know the truth about what really happened. So, yes, I did get expelled, and when my dad did pick me up whilst we were driving, he began to start shouting at me, and, I could only just say sorry. I could only just try to defuse the thing. But, he slapped me first, and, we've all been slapped. It happens. And then the slaps turned into punches, and it was repeated punches in the school grounds. And the security guards, there were about 10, 15 security guards that were just there trying to hold my dad back. And he just kept on punching me in my head. And it just kept on becoming worse and worse and worse. And, as you can see there, like, I just started getting blood coming out my head and all of that shit. And, I tried to leave, and he grabbed my tie and, like, started choking me and shit, and, like, kept on punching me in my head and all of that. And the security guards were trying to hold him back to make him stop doing that to me. He now left the car, and I was there, catching my breath after being choked, and, pretty disorientated, but, me thinking that was maybe it. And, the security guards were trying to calm down my dad, and, they were checking up on me because, there was blood coming down, like, all over my uniform, and, at this point, I had marks on my neck and shit. He ended up coming back in the car, and, we ended up leaving the school because he was saying that it was all fine. But whilst on my way back home, which was about 40 to 50 minutes on the road, whilst driving, he would be punching me in the head repeatedly, like, just kept on punching me. And, I had my arms up the whole time. I had to keep my guard up because, I didn't know what necessarily was going to happen next. It wasn't just at the school. Whilst he was driving recklessly on the road. He was nearly, running over people whilst shouting at me, threatening that he was going to kill me, that I'm a waste of space, and that I'm completely and utterly useless to him, and that, he'd rather dead. And he just kept on punching me, and I kept on, the side of my face just kept on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it didn't stop. He'd be punching me on my ribs. I got like a bruised rib from it, and it just kept on coming. It didn't stop, and he was doing reckless driving, stopping in the middle of the road, kept on punching me. It never stopped, and kept on threatening that he would kill me. In my head, I was like, I need to get out of this place. Getting near to where my house is, we picked up my cousin, so he can try to defuse what was going on. And, I jumped in the back because I, needed to try avoid all of this, assault I was getting. And my dad wanted to drive to the beach to sort me out so we can all talk. When we get to the beach, I jump out the other side, and he begins to chase me around the car and tries to come at me, and my cousin stops him and takes me away, and we start talking. And, I get like, a few minutes to just, not even a few minutes, a few seconds just to calm down, and then just my dad comes out with this big wooden stick. It's not even a stick. It was like wood from like a construction site, and swung at me, and I dodged it, and I just bolted down the beach because, if that hit me, God knows what would have happened. So, I go down the beach, and some locals are there, and I don't know who they are, but honestly, if you're watching this, thank you so much for just trying to help. Thank you for giving me water. Thank you for just making sure that my injuries were okay. And then my dad now begins to start driving crazy on the beach. There's kids on the beach, and he was nearly hitting them and all of that. And, my cousin was, trying to get him to calm down. And, he ends up driving, and my cousin's in the middle of the road telling him to calm down, and he hits him with the car. And, everyone's screaming because, my dad's going crazy. He's going flipping crazy. And he jumps out and screams at him, saying oh, he's my son, I can do whatever the fuck I want to him, da. Get back in the car. So, we get back in the car, and, the assault still continues. So, whilst we were in the car, I went into the front seat, and my dad went into the back seat, and whilst I was in the back, he removed like the thing from the back and starts hitting me with that. Starts hitting me with that, starts hitting me with other things, like metal objects. I don't even know where it was. Just kept on hitting me, and I can't really show you because I would have to like do some weird thing, but he kept on punching me in the back of my head, and this side of my ear is bruised, the back of my head is bruised and all of that, and the side of my face, my ribs, and it got so bad that like it's I couldn't like breathe and shit. Like it was getting hard to breathe. That's how much like I don't even know what even happened to me for me to not be able to start breathing properly. But he just kept on punching me in the back of the head. I got like 20 odd repeated blows to the back of the head, and he just kept on screaming that he was gonna kill me and and all of that stuff. And my cousin ends up driving into Amen Estate, and we go to my cousin's house, and I jump out, and my dad's instantly just trying to come after me, and I just run inside. I lock myself in the room, I lock myself in the bathroom. I just washing my face, and the side of my face is like gone like this, massive black eye, my blood's coming down my face, and just cut like that, blood's there. And I'm just take off my shirt. I got bruises all there. I got bruises on my back, on the back of my head. My ear's gone red. My face has gone red, and my face is swollen. And whilst I was in the room, I just kept on hearing, "I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you." And he's screaming that I'm never going to leave the country, and that he's going to kill me, and that he's going to make my life a living hell. And yeah. And for people saying that we're only doing this for clout or to trend or because we're jealous, it's never been something like that for me or my family here. We just kind of want justice for what happened, because there's a difference, which is what some people have been realizing, but maybe because there's not been a full story, but there is a difference between beating and assault. And if it weren't for my cousin, and if it weren't for me protecting myself and, running away from the situations, I really did take his threats seriously, because, it did seem that his intentions were to do what he threatened. Yeah, and after that, I think he did realize what he has done to me, and I began becoming really lightheaded and passing out. And yeah, by then, he was apologizing, being like, "I'm sorry that I did that to you. I lost it. Like, I hope we can be cool." And in my head, all I was thinking about was, I just got to get out of here. So I had to play, yeah, it's cool. No worries. Because if I was really showing how I really felt, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably still be out there, still getting some shit. I don't know what would have happened to me. So I had to carry on. And, I'm seeing speculation that he bought me a phone. No, he never bought me a phone. And, I think maybe out of what he did, guilt, he upgraded both of our tickets. And, I just had to keep the vibe cool with him, because I had to leave, I got to the airport, my stepdad was there. He was absolutely fuming because he was first witness to it. And, he did see what happened because my dad called him.